What's going on, CALIVEGANs, and welcome into another episode of the CALIVEGAN podcast. Today we're going to go through my push workout, and I'm going to tell you what's working for me, what am I doing right now in order to build strength, and what do I expect in my calisthenics progress. Because this year I would like to participate to a calisthenics competition, see how I do, showcase my many years of training. But first, my first set. All right, so we did 4 clean repetitions. But before we get into that, we're going to have to talk about veganism and the difference between plant-based and vegan. And before we do that, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment and share this on your story so we can help this podcast grow. And if you're watching on Instagram, like, leave a comment and share it on your story. So now, I heard this girl on this reel the other time talk about people who have this problem about going vegan apart from that one thing. It might be cheese, it might be chicken, it might be eggs, it might be going out at dinner with friends. And at the end of the day, she's like, just do that. Be vegan apart from that, right? So don't abuse animals in general, but in those occasions, you can do it. You see how that it sounds different? Usually I don't watch, pedophile porn, but if I am with some friends that are pedophiles, then I do watch this kind of porn. You see how weird it sounds? And it is weird because it doesn't make sense. And that's why we need to differentiate veganism from plant-based. I mean, at the end of the day, people already know what a vegan is. It's not only a diet, right? And it's even if it would be only a diet, only the removal of animal products, it just wouldn't make sense to, it wouldn't make sense to be partially vegans, right? Because if you're removing animal products, but then you're vegan and you don't do that, it doesn't make sense. However, I'm rambling right now, absolutely. But what I wanted to say, the main thing why there has to be a difference between vegan and plant-based is because veganism is about the animals, right? If you are against an injustice, you don't participate sometimes to that injustice. And, if you do, right, at least recognize that is not part of your values. It's not okay. This is what I don't understand from people that have these exceptions. Okay, you have this exception, but why do you have to excuse it as it would be okay to do it? No, it's not okay. You're not vegan. You're not against the cruelty that's happening to these animals for these products that you're consuming. So you cannot really be vegan partially. You gotta be all the time vegan, but it's not because you have to. It's just a consequence of being against the cruelty that's happening behind these products to animals, right? So that's why it's not possible to be partially vegan. And also, you cannot be vegan for the environment, or health. And here's why. All right, 4 more clean repetitions coming. You cannot be vegan for the environment or health because, as a simple example, it wouldn't go against your health to wear a leather jacket, right? But an animal had to die in order to give the skin to that leather jacket. And environmentally, it doesn't make sense to completely eliminate animal products, right? Of course, being vegan will reduce massively the impacts that you have on the environment, but at the same time, the impact that an individual has on the environment, it definitely comes from multiple things, right? So you are vegan, but you drive a car. Maybe vegan, but you don't drive a car. You're not vegan, but you only have animals in your backyard, and you kill them only 3 times, 4 times per year. I don't know, and you see that goes against the values of being against animal abuse, but you're not necessarily having a huge impact, a huge negative impact on the environment. And that's why people is confused, because everyone is using the word vegan for everything, when being vegan is about the animals. Everything else is plant-based. So to go back to the reel that I've seen, because the girl was also saying, oh, I'm going to have a lot of vegan police in the comments telling that that's not a real vegan. Well, the thing is that vegan means that you are against animal exploitation and you align your action with that value, because more people say it, but they're not vegan, and so they pay for the exploitation of animal for meat, dairy, and eggs, leather, tested products tested on animals, and stuff like that. Right? So vegan is movement against animal abuse, and vegans align their action with this value. Anything else is plant-based. That's the end. That's the end of the story. So if all of you that are vegans but eat chickens once every 3 months, if all of you would actually say that you are instead plant-based, you would make a favor to the whole movement, and all this confusion about veganism would finally stop. But I guess it's easier said than done. Going to my workout. So what's happening to my planche progress? So first of all, I'm really looking forward to finish this cut, because the heavier you are, the more difficult calisthenics becomes. It's not that you're not making progress, but what you're doing, your strength still goes up, but it shows differently, right? It's just more difficult to use your body with calisthenics when it's heavier, right? It makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to get down to 80 kilograms, so I can actually try how my planche progress has gone. right? And yeah, I actually want to try a full planche and see if I can at least like get in a position and hold it for a moment, because so far I've only been able to do straddle planche with open legs. So actually we can give it a try. Why not? Let's do something different this week. I'm going to, instead of doing my next planche push-up sets, which I think was going well, I'm going to do 2 sets of planche hold. And I'm going to try medium bend first, and then I'll try the light one. So let's see how my progress went, right? Since the beginning of times. It seems like it's kind of been doing planche push-ups for the most part. I was doing actually I was doing straddle planche push-ups. So I went from, I don't know how long ago this was. I think 1 year ago. So 1 year ago I was doing the planche push-ups, but only with one leg, right? So I'm kind of there now, but I'm doing the full form of the planche. We don't need to go overload this, but anyway, I keep making progress, guys, and the reason why I keep making progress with calisthenics and I'm able to do front lever, planche at the end of the day is because I actually do not focus on doing these things. I focus on what I can do, all right? So assisted planche push-up. I don't try to, especially on a regular basis, I don't try planche. Oh, let's see what I can do, because some people think that pushing yourself to that limit is what going to make you learn planche, and for some people it might happen just because they have the genetics to do so. They are lighter, they have a quicker progress in strength, and for some people it works, but for most people you need to focus on what's actually good for your strength level right now, and don't rush to achieve that end goal of the planche, because that's going to come automatically or not. Like full planche is not something that I believe, it's not something that everyone can actually achieve, especially if you are over 70 kilograms. Like 70 kilograms, I guess it's just still good. 75 kilograms, I think it becomes some difficult skill to achieve. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I focus on what I can control and do with good form. And another thing that I like to do in my workout is I really don't focus a lot on statics. All right, and there is a couple of reasons for that. So we're going to hold. Did we say only medium bend? No, I'm going to add the super light band just to make sure I don't fail here. I think I'm good. I think I can hold 4 seconds at least. Let's see what happens. I think I cannot really check my form, but anyway. Oh, so that was 2 seconds. I'll get in quicker, wait. But, all right. Well, the thing is, let me give you an excuse. I have already done 8 repetitions of planche push-up, and try to hold the last rep, so it's probably not the best environment to try this, but I'm just gonna try and hold it as long as possible now for the next set with all the bands. So there's a medium, small, and super small one, which helps less than the hard one. You know, you might think it doesn't, but there's actually help a lot less than this. And so with that said, in order to progress with calisthenics skills, what I do differently from others is I don't focus on statics, right? I don't focus on these hold, right, and progression and just, I don't know, tuck, advanced tuck, one leg, and just progress over time with these static holds. Because people get actually stuck on doing only that. There's a few problems with focusing on the statics. First of all, you really developing some specific strength that then doesn't translate to your overall strength. And for me, I like to train for overall strength, right? So I don't do a whole planche workout. No, I do one planche exercise, I do handstand push-ups, and then I do dips, and I develop my overall pushing strength. All right. Another thing is that, like, if your goal is also like to build muscle, static strength, even though you can build strength through statics, is not optimal. You want contraction. You know, contraction is more optimal when it comes to build muscle. And then also, if calisthenics is your goal, I met a lot of guys that can hold the front lever, and you know, guys with good genetics, so they're kind of small. They're very good at holding a front lever, but they cannot pull. Why is that? Because then they haven't developed strength in the contraction of the muscle, right? And it's kind of sad, right? Because like that shows real strength. Yes, you're holding a front lever, fine, but you know, pulling while you're on a front lever it was actually shows raw power. And what I found in my own experience in the workout is that, for example, in my front lever training, I was focusing a lot on assisted pull-ups. And then I noticed that, yes, I was progressing in that movement, but when I was holding the front lever, I didn't feel that strong. Actually, I felt like I lost some strength. But as soon as I implemented some more straight arm exercises, always dynamic if I can, all right, always dynamic exercises. In that case, I was doing front lever raises, so hanging from the bar, coming up with the whole body. And as soon as I implemented that, I developed good strength for the hold, and then I had the hold plus the pull. So I think that it's a bent arm strength and dynamic strength as well. It's more effective in developing, you know, power compared to statics and straight arm exercises. And so it's better to focus on those, because then you can implement on the side straight arm exercises. However, it's not that I don't do, I actually do straight arm exercises for both planche and front lever. I just have it as a secondary focus. All right, so we completely failed the last set. So let's see if I can do better now. Oh yeah, it felt like flying. So down to 3 minutes rest. we're moving into handstand push-ups. So I can put you here on the side like always. There you are. So, I did want to say something about the statics, right? So holding. I think, and what I do when it comes to the static holds. So let me show. So the static hold is what you've just seen, right? Just holding the position. And here's the thing about, for example, static holds is that because there isn't a real contraction and lengthening of the muscle by you holding the position, usually you have to start with a very easy feeling, right? So I don't know, until it actually feels that you are using the muscle, you need to contract. It takes a while. So I think that's why it's not effective in developing strength, because on the other side, when you're doing push-ups, you're also always lengthening, boom, power, contracting, lengthening, contracting. I'm confusing this, but anyway, you get the point. And so the way I insert static holds, especially straight arm, I don't do a lot of like bent arm hold. I think, I mean, they have their place, just like the statics, I guess, but I don't do a lot of them. However, I use the static hold in order to create a progression where I cannot focus on something else. Like, for example, when it comes to my straight arm strength in planche, I cannot really do much less than like holding a tuck planche. I cannot do like presses. I mean, I could probably with assistance, but it's not practical to do it at the gym. And so all I can do is just holding my tuck planche. I cannot do much more than that when it comes to straight arm training for planche. And then for the front lever, for example, let's do this before talking about the front lever. So for the front lever, I cannot demonstrate right now, but what I do is hanging, right, from the bar in tuck position. I raise my body up and then I extend one leg and I hold it for a couple of seconds, right? So I'm using that static position and time under tension to increase the intensity of the repetition rather than my main way of training for that exercise. And that's it for the planche. Then is the usual, right? So I focus on 3 to 5 repetitions. And if I feel good, like for example, before using the lighter bands, I was using the hard band, and I would not refrain to do more reps, because with the hard band I was able to do 7 or 8 reps. So I got it up to 8 before making the exercise more difficult and using lighter bands. but I tend to stay between three and 5, because when you go higher, you are going away from that strength stimulus, and you're kind of slowing down that strength progress. But I do insert it here and there, and so 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 sets. And lately I'm really allowing those 4 minutes rest for my first exercise. And you might think the workout take long, but it doesn't. My workout, I'm not timing today actually. Usually I do, but it's within 1 hour. Like, actually, you can see it for my podcast. Usually my podcasts are from 45 minutes to 1 hour, and that depends where I am with the number of sets, especially for my first exercise. Obviously, if I do 2 extra sets, that's almost 10 extra minutes. But I managed to always stay within the hour, right? That should be enough. I made a post yesterday about this, like the resting times. I think that was 6. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I made a post about this, and someone told me in the comment, yes, I understood that, if you want to progress, you need to take long resting times for your first exercise, and then for the rest, I keep it shorter, like 60 seconds. But I think that when you are doing an exercise and resting only 60 seconds, you're not making probably a lot of progress there. And it makes sense as well to have that inside of your workout. Like, for example, when I am doing my upper body workout on a Friday, at the end, my third superset is going to be a superset of handstand push-ups on the wall and retracted pull-ups. And I don't really rest between sets. Let's say there is 1 minute rest in between. And I just push limits, like I just go trying to get my muscle to failure, really get to the point where I cannot do any more repetitions. But am I progressing? No. Am I going to be able to progress? Not really. This is something that people don't understand. You cannot do progress forever everywhere, right? Some things are going to stay there. I could lengthen my workout forever and just do 5 pull-ups every 5 minutes, but does it make sense? No, you need to organize the workout so it's within 1 hour, and some exercises just stay effective. Exercises that you don't really make progress with them. Like, you shouldn't expect to be able at some point to do 4 sets of 20 pull-ups at the end of your pulling workout. That would be very unique and unrealistic, really. I'm talking from experience. And you probably think it's madness to be able to do that, and it is. So yeah, resting time is important. Like most, if you're training for strength, you're training for muscle. Like, why aren't you resting? If you want to do cardio, go for a run. If you don't want to rest, do circuit training, right? But if you like strength and muscle, there has to, everyone has a different approach to training, and we're organizing it. There's not only one rule, but somewhere in your training plan, you need to have some this kind of approach where you're actually taking long rest in order to make sure that you are recovering, your muscles are recovered, and you can go high intensity, right? High difficulty for not necessarily low reps like I do, but making sure that you are putting as much weight as possible, and also allows you to add weight and intensity over a period of time. If you think I'm cheating because I'm using the wall, you're right. I am kind of cheating, but I have learned, actually, it's not something that I learned. It was in the beginning of my handstand journey when I was trying my first handstand push-ups, or I was doing, frog stand to handstand. In my workout, it always really pissed me off that because of balance, I couldn't do my repetitions. And so from since the beginning, I realized that yes, I want to be able to do handstand push-ups without the wall, but I'm going to do it in a way which doesn't kill my strength progress as well, because that's what you do. Like, if you're trying to do handstand push-ups and you do very, very ugly repetitions because you fall all the time, then you're killing your progress. And I see people going backward because of this reason. The same is true, like when you're doing, let's say you're doing pull-ups with bad form, you're going backward, you're wasting energy, you're not making progress in strength. Same thing here. So I decided to do my balance work before my workout, so I actually get better at balance. And then when I do my strength handstand work, which requires balance and strength, I would use some kind of support, just to make sure that if I do lose balance, there's something to help me, so I don't waste a repetition, right? And handstand push-up is definitely another exercise that, it's kind of, I'm kind of stuck there. If we want, like, the progress with my handstand push-up is so inconsistent, a little bit for like this reason, right? Because you fall sometimes, so you waste more energy to correct the repetition, so you do less repetitions. And if you've seen some of my other podcasts doing push workout, you've probably seen that. So this is the last set, and I've been able to do 6 reps. So I'm going to lie to the planche push-up exercise. I'm going to say that I did 3 sets of 4, just so I have some idea of what to do next week. And I'm going to push for 7 because I think I can do this. Fuck. No, I cannot. But I can try and add 1 press. Alright, so weighted dips. So, as I said, handstand push-ups has been a very inconsistent journey. I never know what really happens in my handstand push-up training, but as long as I'm pushing myself to the limit and I am doing good sets where I put effort and I am close to failure or get to failure, like for example now, let's say I definitely got to failure with the handstand push-ups and I added an easier rep to get even more muscular failure for kind of that stimulus, right? As long as you're doing that, you are doing good, even if you're not making progress in that exact workout. But again, over time results just appear out of the blue. Literally, I'm not even joking, you know, like sometimes I've been weeks where I didn't know what was going on with my handstand push-ups. I would do like 3 and 4 repetitions, and I had to add the press with the bent arm, as you've seen, to do enough volume to make my workout make sense and give a good training stimulus. And then the week after, with the next workout come, and I might be able to do 7 reps for 3 sets, 4 sets. And it's like, what's going on? And it's just a compound of things. Is the fact that push harder, is the fact that maybe your first exercise made some progress, so you were increasing the volume there, and so you're more tired for your second exercise. In the case of the handstand push-up, it's maybe because you're correcting your position more that day because your balance is off, so each repetition is more difficult. But overall, consistency, it's always the name of the game. What do I have to do? So I have 10, 10, 10, 10, 9 last week. So I'm gonna try and do 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I doubt that's going to happen. And again, same reason, handstand push-ups. Because if I go into look at what happened last week, my handstand push-ups, where is it? I did like 5, 3 plus 2 presses, and then 6 and 6. So I did a little less volume, not that much, but I did more volume on the planche push-ups. So, you know, it's just to show you that progress is not linear. Also, again, as I said before, I'm not even stressing on the fact that I'm not making a lot of progress here, because I am making progress for my main focus, which is the planche. Also you gotta admit that planche training and in general pushing exercises with calisthenics, they all require complex technique, and because of that complex technique, your repetition are always kind of different, so the difficulty is always changing, and that also creates, for some people, I would say me, a slower progress, because on the other side, my progress with my pulling strength is super linear. Like, I make progress in everything week after week. But again, that doesn't happen in my push, or better say, I don't see it consistently, but then there are moments where, you know, I try my planche, I try something, or just within the workout I feel stronger. So all the workout, all the kind of messy, let's say, all the messy workouts of the past, they compound to show up in that specific moment. So, also ring dips. Ring dips are a very good choice to work out at home, because it's much more difficult to compare to like dips on the parallels, right? Like for example, it's my first exercise, so it's a little different, but on a Friday I do weighted dips on parallels, and I do them with 65 kilograms. This is 32 kilograms. So if you're at home, dips is a great way to progress on the rings. All right, so 10 again. Maybe we can do it. So, if you're a vegan and you want to get shredded, I can help you with my CALIVEGAN program, right? I'll select the best calisthenics exercises for your strength level. You can work out at home, just like me, with minimal equipment. I'll update your workout as you get stronger with the best exercise progression for you and your equipment. I'll support you with a plant-based diet, plant-based in whole food, where the only supplement is going to be B12, making sure that you are within a calorie target, following a simple approach to diet, so you don't have to get lost in complex recipe, and you can control your caloric and protein target effortlessly. And I will give you access to me through chat, so you can send me your videos of exercising, and I can give you feedback on that, so you can improve the technique, reduce the risk of injury. And we'll be doing a weekly check-in where you give me a picture of how your week went, and I can give you extra tips so you can get better and better at implementing my methods in terms of training and nutrition. So if you want that and become that vegan man that inspires others to go vegan through your own results, just go to my Instagram, send me a DM saying CALIVEGAN, and we'll talk more about your goals, your struggle, and show you what's the quickest and best way to achieve your results. And now back to the training. So, how is my cutting going? It's going well. I believe I'm also kind of overeating a little bit. I'm kind of having some extra snacks that probably account for extra 200 calories over my 2,800 caloric target. And that might seem high, but I do 1 hour cardio every day, whether it's running or kickboxing. I basically do 1 hour cardio daily, so that allows me to be able to eat more calories and lose fat. All right, let's get 10. All right, that's 8. At least one more. Yes. And we're almost at the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Oh yeah, was something I wanted to talk about. You know, something that I probably always say, and is about training versus nutrition. There's this guy that I already told him why he's not building muscle, and that's because he's not training and he shouldn't focus that much on nutrition. But he said, I don't believe you, man, because, you know, well, there was a period when I was eating a lot and I put on mass, and then another period where I was training, eat less but I didn't put on mass, and right now the guy is not training. So you know what I mean? Like, the problem is obviously that you're not training, because your progress in strength is going to take time. It's going to take years. On the other side, you can take one day to reorganize your diet and start eating better. But what people get confused on when they have this experience of putting on mass through bulking is they're just filled with food, and perhaps they're putting on extra fat. That's all it is. But the muscles are built through a stimulus. People keep ignoring this part, but it is the simple truth. Of course, like, good nutrition is going to support your progress. Eating enough calories will give you the energy to get stronger in the gym. If you are starving yourself, you're probably not going to be able to work out properly, and therefore you don't get results. If you eat more, your body is filled with glycogen, water, and food, and you look fuller. If you're starving yourself, you look smaller because you're not giving nutrients to your body. But that doesn't mean that if you get strong, you're not building muscle. In fact, you can build muscle as you are in a deficit. All my clients do that. Most of them, they come with a bit of a belly and extra fat. We go on a deficit, we get stronger through training, and as they lose fat, they build muscle. Pretty simple. Is it the optimal way to build muscle? No, but it's not what I'm suggesting, to be on a deficit forever. You are on a deficit to lose fat, you get stronger to build muscle. Then when you're lost your fat, then you increase your calories so you can be at your best performance. All right, last set. Usually I do it with 12 kilograms, but today I give it a go with the body weight. So if with 12 kilograms I do 12, with body weight I should do 15. Ballena,
Hola.
it's your time to count 15.
15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14,
15. For once I do something more than I'm supposed to. So that I said that I'm supposed to do. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And so now is thumbnail time, right? So a bit of a flexing for the thumbnail. This way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next episode.